Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel. For those of you that are new here, I am Ellie. I am so glad to have you here, and for those of you that are coming back, thank you so much for sticking around and for joining me today. Today I have a video that is different than anything I've ever done before. Today we're actually going to be doing a somewhat social commentary style video. I've wanted to do these types of videos for a very long time, but to be honest, there are a couple things that have held me back. For one, when you post this type of video and you put your opinion out there, you are opening up yourself to a lot more criticism. You're opening up yourself to people giving you their opinions, and sometimes those opinions can be harsh and can be unkind. So I want to start out by saying, let's try to keep this conversation respectful. This isn't an attack on any specific person, but really to get us to talk about these things, to think about them deeper, and to question why things are the way they are and how we can move forward and change things. The second reason that I have shied away from posting this type of content is, to be honest, I didn't know that I had enough to contribute to these types of conversations. Sometimes we question ourselves, we wonder if we know enough, if we're smart enough, if our opinion matters and is gonna have any value. And to be honest, that's how I have felt. I've been insecure about the fact that I might not have enough intelligent, insightful things to share with you guys. But I decided today I'm going to put all of those insecurities aside and go ahead with this video. So today we're going to be talking about why T.I.'s parenting is so problematic and what we can all learn from this situation. So for those of you that saw the title of this video and have no idea what I am referencing, I will do a little bit of a recap. So recently, T.I., actually just yesterday, I guess yesterday was Wednesday, November 6th, and today's the 7th, so I wanted to film this as quickly as possible. So basically, the rapper T.I. did an interview where he talked about the fact that he goes to his 18-year-old daughter's gynecologist appointments, and he makes the doctor tell him whether her hymen is still intact to verify that she is still a virgin. So there's a lot to dissect here. If you try to go back, by the way, and look for this interview, you will not find it because it does seem that it has been removed, either deleted or just taken offline. So you won't be able to find that, but there are so many articles that have talked about this online. A quick Google search will bring them all up, and I'll try to link some down below just so that you guys can read up on this more as well. But basically in this interview, he did talk about how when he goes to this gynecologist appointments with her, he schedules them for her on a yearly basis. So at the time of her birthday every year, he will set up an appointment and he will go in with her. Obviously, doctors are not allowed to share personal information with other people. That would be a HIPAA violation. I did work in a doctor's office previously, so I know how HIPAA, policy works. And you are not allowed to disclose any information unless that patient has given you consent. So basically in the interview, he very nonchalantly said that he makes his daughter sign a waiver. He tells her, well, there's nothing that you wouldn't want me to know, right? So in a sense, guilting her into signing this waiver and giving up her rights to privacy. So that's disturbing in itself, the fact that he is manipulating her into letting him have her medical information, when that is just not the way to go about parenting a child. If you want to have trust, you need to have communication. If you want to know whether your child is sexually active, you need to be willing to have these conversations, whether they make you uncomfortable or not. Going about it this way and manipulating her doctor and her into giving you the information that you want is just disgusting to me. So that's problem number one. The way that he is trying to police her body really gives us a lot of commentary on our society in general. Women's bodies are always trying to be controlled. It brings us to this larger conversation of why men think that they can have control over a woman's body. No one, whether they are a man or a woman, should have a say in what you're doing with your body and should violate your privacy in this way. Another thing that I find extremely problematic about this situation is the fact that he has a 15-year-old son who is also apparently sexually active, but he has been quoted as saying that that is different. We can only infer from this statement and from his previous statements that the difference he sees here is that his son has a penis and his daughter has a vagina. and he feels that he has the right to have control over his daughter's vagina. I mean, how ridiculous does that sound, saying it out loud? There is just a huge difference between protecting your daughter and having this control over her. It just doesn't make any sense to me. That just goes back to my original point that if you care about her, you need to have conversations and you need to have communication with her. If you want to make sure that she is protected and that she knows the risks, then you have to tell her that. Not only that, but this whole concept of virginity has been completely socially made up. The idea of her hymen being intact has just been disproven in so many ways. We know that it can be broken by things like physical activity, riding a bike, riding a horse, just any physical sport can cause it to break. So there is just no real indication of virginity, and it's extremely subjective. Some people might think that oral sex is losing your virginity. Some people think only vaginal penetration is losing your virginity. So where do we draw the line? And that's why the whole concept of virginity is just silly, in my opinion, in the first place. You can be safe, you can be a good person and be cautious and take care of yourself while having sex, and whatever sex is to you, because like I said, it's subjective. Everyone has a different definition of that. I think the fact that he is having this interview and talking about her private doctor's appointment without any care in the world shows such a disregard for her feelings, for her well-being, which was the whole excuse that you came up with in the beginning, which really debunks the whole concept of you caring about her and wanting her to be safe. Because if you cared and wanted her to be safe so badly, why are you telling the whole world her business? So I want to hear your opinions on the topic. Let me know in the comments down below if you think that this is problematic, if you think that he needs to reevaluate the way that he is parenting and why treating his daughter and son differently is going to cause issues. I think it's also pretty evident that his daughter is uncomfortable with this. Apparently on Twitter, she has liked several tweets that have called T.I. out on this, have called it even predatory, and she has liked these comments. So it shows that she was not comfortable with this situation, and I can only imagine what she is feeling. I know that when I was younger, I wouldn't have felt comfortable with that situation. And it just makes it harder for someone to say no when it's your dad that's in the room telling you, oh, you don't mind me knowing everything about you, right? It's just sad, to be honest. I kind of feel bad for her. I want to know if you guys feel the same. Let me know what your opinions are. I would love to have a conversation with you. I do see the side of wanting to be a protective father, but I just think this is going about it the completely wrong way. So if you agree with me, give this video a thumbs up. If you like this type of content, then hit the subscribe button. Let me know what other topics you would like me to talk about. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.